Outperforming, not overpromising. That's how President Biden is defending his administration as a new AP NORC poll shows his approval rating falling to a new low of 43% as he marks 1 year in office, down 16 points from July. So, should Democrats be worried as the midterm elections approach? Former Democratic vice presidential nominee Joe Lieberman joins us now. Great to see you, sir. So
you too, Sandra. Thank you.
Yeah, no, good to have you here. So let's take a big picture look at this. I mean, we all digested that news conference last night. President Biden seemed eager to ask a bunch of questions. He stayed there for a while. Did it help him, considering these low poll numbers? Did it get him out of anything and all these challenges that he has before him?
I don't think it helped him very much. It might have hurt him a little because some of the misstatements, particularly the one where he seemed to be distinguishing between a Russian invasion of Ukraine and a Russian incursion of Ukraine, which doesn't make any sense at all. And he clarified that today, but it was an unfortunate mistake. Time will tell. I mean, he's got to perform. I don't think he's outperformed in this first year of his administration, and that's disappointing to a lot of us who supported him last year. I think he's performed some. He helped adopt a couple of important pieces of legislation, one on COVID relief, another bipartisan infrastructure reform bill. But honestly, then he went on to overreach for the Build Back Better bill and this federal control of voting rights, and set himself up for defeat that is more in the minds of people in the country than the victories he had. And of course, the big disaster, I think, in foreign policy was a terribly mistaken and chaotically executed retreat from Afghanistan, which really has unsettled our allies around the world and emboldened our enemies. I think in part that's why Putin is now banging at the door of Ukraine, and why the Iranians are being so arrogant in the negotiations and unreasonable in the negotiations over the nuclear agreement in Vienna.
Yeah, it's a big statement. So he had a lot of questions on foreign policy last night. He also seemed to feel the need to clarify that he is not a socialist and that he is not Bernie Sanders. Here's the moment.
You guys have been trying to convince me that I am Bernie Sanders. I'm not. I like him, but I'm not Bernie Sanders. I'm not a socialist. I'm a mainstream Democrat, and I have been.
Interesting that at this point in his presidency, he still feels the need to clarify that.
Yeah, that's not a good place to be. I mean, look, I know Joe Biden forever. I served with him for 24 years in the U.S. Senate. Never thought he was a socialist at all. But in pushing for some of these big spending programs, trillions of dollars, like the original Build Back Better bill, it appeared to a lot of people that he was adopting the platform of people like Bernie Sanders on the far left of the Democratic Party. And he opened himself to exactly that kind of criticism. Of course, Bernie was out there applauding him for doing that, so there was a natural way in which people began to suspect that maybe Sanders and people on the left of the Democratic Party had more influence on the president than people in the center left, who really were the ones who nominated him and then help get them elected.
I've got 10 seconds. Do you have any midterm election predictions based on what you've seen from this first year of his presidency?
Well, right now, the president and Democrats have a lot of work to do. I mean, the polling is all against them. The number that I always look at, do you think the country is headed in the right direction or the wrong direction? Right now, 2/3 think it's headed in the wrong direction. That's what it was last year, 2020. And it's part of the reason why President Trump was denied re-election. So the Democrats have a lot of work to do to get back to the center of American life and politics.
All good points. Joe Lieberman, great to have you here. Thank you so much for your time.
You too. Thank you, Sandra.
Okay.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.